Hello guys, back at it with a 10 gamer for Monday. Hopefully you guys capitalize on the Russell Westbrook pick. Turned out really great, so hopefully we can continue that streak. Lakers at Atlanta. For the Lakers side, AD LeBron is always going to be questionable. AD more likely to miss here. If he's in, then not going to really have a whole lot of appeal. If he's out, then this is a pretty good spot then for the guys that are going to be filling in. Schroeder, Kuzma, Harrell, the normal guys. So Lakers side, there's no core plays right now. Atlanta, Trae Young, tough matchup, but if the Hawks are going to be in this game, definitely Trae Young's going to have to have a good game. Capella 8,800 against Gasol, AD, just all the size that the Lakers do have, defense. It's really not a good spot. Same thing with Collins. Now, DeAndre Hunter being out, it's going to open up more minutes for Herter, Reddish, Gallinari, but Gallinari is still probably going to be on a minutes limit, so at these prices, they're not really good plays. I think Reddish, cheapest of the bunch, he's more of a tournament play, but I do think there's upside. Rondo, revenge spot, but he won the ring. There's really no revenge on his mind. 3,800. Maybe they play Trae and Rondo together more, but that's not something that they've really been willing to do. For the Charlotte side, Terry Rozier sprained his ankle, so if he's going to be out, LaMelo Ball very likely to start play upwards of 30 minutes then. That's going to be really good because he's been getting a lot of peripherals. Miami, yes, it's a good defensive team, but they're still really hurt. Butler's probably going to be on Hayward, so that's going to open up more things for these guards. So I do like Ball, I do like Graham. If Rozier is out, Ball probably going to be pretty chalky, so Graham's going to be the tournament pivot, and I think he makes a lot of sense. He could definitely do better than LaMelo. But for cash, it's going to be LaMelo. And for all of these guys, Miles Bridges, he does benefit when PJ Washington got into foul trouble, as we saw last game. So Bridges has a path to some solid upside. Cody Zeller, 5,300, prices up, and Bam's a tough matchup, so that's what I want to go to. Malik Monk, though, he's been getting, he got solid run last time, and he's someone who just shoots the ball a lot, takes a lot of shots, can fill up the points, so 3,300, if he starts, then it's going to be a top value play. Even if he doesn't, there's still some value because he's very cheap. Miami side, we're going to have to wait on a lot of these guys, so if just can't really say too much, but I would say Bam price is too much. Butler 8,400, that's fine, especially if Hero Dragic are going to be out. Kendrick Nunn, Duncan, they're too expensive for me when Butler's in. So that's it's not really an appealing team right now. New York, very good match against Chicago. Nerlens Noel did miss this game, so Taj Gibson, he got some run, blowout, revenge spot for him. But again, Gibson's not someone we want to play, so not too important of an injury we need to monitor. If Noel is in, though, I guess you can play him because he's a pretty productive player. Mitchell Robinson does foul a lot, so again, a good match against the Bulls. Maybe Noel can take advantage, but it's really thin. Randall 9,200. He hasn't been as great as what we've seen, but obviously that wasn't sustainable. Bulls, very good matchup, but the prices, their rotation's really just unpredictable. So sometimes you're going to get quickly closing Burks or Elf, Rivers. So it's tough to figure them out, but I do think someone's going to be good here because some of them are actually pretty cheap, and Chicago's a good matchup. But right now, we just don't really have a good feel for it. Chicago side, Lauren Markkinen, I think at 6,800, I'm not going to be playing him because he has some upside, but I don't think he's going to shoot that well again. And I think on a 10 gamer, you can definitely get away with not playing Laurie. Now, Levine, 9K, kind of expensive. I think you can definitely just go up more for one of the studs. Kobe White, 6,600. That's fine. He's got pretty good upside as well. Minutes, if he plays well, they'll be there. Thaddeus Young, I just don't want to chase that. To see him have 2 triple-doubles games, it's insane. He's a lot older now. He's never been this kind of guy for rebounds or assists. So, if you are going to chase that, this is too expensive for him. And Gafford, his minutes are just not there. He's just not playing well. So until he figures out, we have to stay away. Minnesota, this is going to be a rematch. D'Lo possibly could be out, but we don't know that, so if he's in, then I think it's a pretty good play. Malik Beasley going to be even better if D'Lo's out, and then Naz Reid, tough matchup, but he's got upside. Edwards, he's been playing pretty well lately. He can definitely be a good play, but again, he had a great game this time, so the next day it's tough, especially for a rookie to do that again. Cleveland side, the minutes for Drummond still are going to be concerned, but he did play really well, and so he got pretty solid minutes at the expense of Jared Allen. Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, they're going to be fine. Minnesota's a pretty good matchup. And Larry Nance, 6,500, his minutes are going to be there. Pretty good rebounder, as we saw. But yeah, shots are definitely going to be concerned for him. And then Isaac Okoro, 3,700. He's been getting a little bit more involved in the offense in Minnesota. Again, just not a team we're scared of, so he could be a value play. Now, Portland side, Dame Lillard, 10.7K against the Bucks. Drew Holiday, tremendous defender, but Lillard he's pretty much unguardable. And the only thing stopping him is pretty much a bad shooting game. So the Bucks, they're a team that likes to protect the basket first. So I do expect a lot of these guys to have good games, especially if this is going to be a close game, because the Blazers, they shoot a lot of threes. They're a very good offensive team, even with CJ out, Nurkic out. They have the guys. So I do like Lillard. Canner, not so much actually. Trent's kind of expensive, but I do really like Rocco because he's probably going to play massive minutes here. I don't see how he's going to get benched here unless it's for foul trouble, because he's going to have to guard Giannis, Middleton, Drew, just so many guys that they're going to need him out there for switches and everything. So 5K, again, the matchup with the threes, Rocco has been shooting well, but again, it's just a shooting thing. He was able to knock down shots. We saw it with Lonzo. There are guys that if they get 3-point looks and it just knocks them down, Rocco can also fill it up with rebounds, especially playing as a backup center and also just getting steals, blocks. 5K, Rocco has like a 40-point ceiling, so I do like him a lot. Melo, not so much with Rocco healthy, so Simons, Hood, they're all going to be in play. They're playing, mid to high 20s in minutes. They take a lot of threes as well, so I do like Hood, pretty cheap value option. Milwaukee, Giannis, 11K. For the best spend-up play, I'll go with Giannis. Now, everyone else, Portis, again, he's affordable, but you're not really going to get a big game out of him probably if Giannis is in, Brooks not in foul trouble. Sacramento, New Orleans, this looks like a pretty appealing game, but the prices, they're not, amazing. Fox, 8,300, that's totally fine, but Bledsoe, Lonzo, they're pretty good defenders. But, again, it's Fox. I don't really worry about one-on-one matchups, so he's in play. Buddy's fine. Revenge spot for him, but he's already played Pelicans a lot. Barnes, okay, 6K. Halliburton, I think probably going to be the most chalky player from the Kings side, 5,200. He's been getting 30 minutes pretty much for the past, at least, few games. So, Halliburton, he makes sense for a play, but he's definitely at risk of not closing. People probably don't realize that because if Bagley's having a good game, they will close with just the regular 5 starters. Whiteside makes sense for a value play, but you probably need some foul trouble for these guys or blowout. Sometimes has been getting for a blowout run. New Orleans side, Steven Adams is questionable. If he's in, I do like that because Sacramento, a team who can target its big men. But Alonzo Ball, 5,500, Kings. There's been a lot of talk about Alonzo, trade rumors, and also about De'Aaron Fox, how he's just been the better player out of this draft class. So, Lonzo, he definitely has something to play for right now. He looks fine after that ankle injury. I really do like Lonzo. Ingram, Zion, they're fine as well. They got good upside, especially Ingram. Zion's been kind of more of a cash play, hovering around 40 DK points. So at 7,900, that's more of a cash play. Bledsoe, 6K, he's fine. Pretty much like a pivot from Lonzo. If Adams were to miss, they can definitely play Zion at center more. They can use Walker or more so Josh Hart, really. So, they could be value plays, and then Jackson Hayes probably going to be starting at center then if Adams is out. They moved his price up to 4K, but I still think that's definitely in play. And then Houston side, this could be a blowout, but if you're playing straight out, John Wall, best play, 6,900 from this side. His minutes, because of blowout and just being limited, he would have got to over 30 minutes last time, so I'm not really concerned about that. 6,900, it's really too cheap. I do think he has some upside for 40 points, especially because he's been getting close to that in limited minutes. So, another game under his belt, I do think John Wall can play more minutes if it's not a blowout. And then OKC side, George Hill's still out, so Theo Maledon probably going to start again, but he shot really well, so you really can't expect it to happen again. But, he doesn't need to shoot that well because he is still pretty cheap. And I think Baisley, Horford, they're all fine. SGA, certainly, 8,100, got a lot of upside, more assists upside with George Hill out. Phoenix, Devin Booker's questionable, so we're going to have to monitor that situation and just revisit it later. If he's out, Chris Paul is still going to be in play, Ain as well. Bridges, Carter, Johnson, all three are going to probably start if Booker's out. So, we'll come back to that. Dallas, Porzingis, he was in massive foul trouble last time, and then he rested the next game. So, 7600, we're getting a discount now. I do like this price tag for him. He's got pretty good upside, even with Luka in. He can get you 50 points. Like, if you're strictly talking about power forwards, centers, compared to Zion, you're 7300. The upside is the same. Obviously, Zion's a little bit safer, but or rather, the upside is different, but the I guess like the median projection is going to be the same pretty much. You know what you're going to get in Zion, 40 points probably, but Porzingis has more upside just because he doesn't have to share as much. Obviously, Luka's going to get a lot of usage, but you look at just who the Pelicans have. Porzingis is in a better usage situation, more upside of like the blocks, 3-point shooting, and all of that. And you're saving 300. So I do like Porzingis as like a pivot if Zion does become a little bit too chalky. Now everyone else, because Porzingis is going to be back, Luka's healthy. Some of them are pretty cheap. So I think one of these guys could be good. But Cleaver is back in the rotation, so that's going to help, or that's going to hurt James Johnson, Stein, Dorian Finney-Smith. Memphis, this game was a blowout. John Morant, Memphis played their first game in like 12 days, so pretty much everyone was limited. D'Anthony Melton actually got a really solid run, but that was due to Kyle Anderson being in foul trouble, Grayson Allen being out. Allen's out again, but because Kyle Anderson's probably not going to be in foul trouble again, Melton, he's still very affordable, so I think for value, you can still look towards him. John Morant, I would say that he gets a little bit more minutes maybe. He would have played 30, 31 if it didn't go into a blowout. So I still think he's in play, but not going to be a core play after what we saw last game. Tillman prices up, same with Clark. Just, the prices aren't like that appealing. And Gorgie Zhang, he played a lot of minutes. Basically kind of like a split with Tillman at center. So, he's fine, but coming off the bench is just not someone, 47, like he's not really even that cheap. Now the Spurs, they played a back-to-back last time, so they got Derek White back too. They were just kind of like okay with, giving up that game. So this time, new game, I do like DeRozan, I like Murray, Aldridge. With Derek White back, Keldon Johnson wouldn't have closed based on the rotation, so he's kind of not going to be a great play unless he plays really well in the first half. I do like DeRozan and Murray the most. Aldridge very good as well. Gonna just be focused on here. So I do expect better minutes. Gonna probably be a better game from the Spurs. Now the Detroit side, Denver is gonna be on back-to-back. Hopefully that helps Detroit stay close. But Jeremy Grant's revenge game. But again, he was offered the same money by the Nuggets, but he chose Detroit because of the role that he could get offensively. So there's really not any bad blood here. Grant 7,800. That's a good price. He's been their best player so far this year. Blake, he's okay, 5,900. Plumlee as well, but he fouls a lot, and definitely Jokic is someone that can draw a lot of fouls. I guess you can say revenge narrative for him as well, but Plumlee, his upside against Jokic, it's probably not going to be that great. Rose, his minutes just haven't been there. 4,700 is affordable, but you're not getting the minutes, so it's just a very, very thin tournament play. And then lastly, the Nuggets. Jokic had a monster game. This is definitely a matchup you can just kill it even in 3 quarters, but again, blowout risk. Gary Harris did leave the game with an abductor injury. PJ Dozier, there's no news about him for Monday yet, so you have to monitor that. If Harris and Dozier are both out, they gave Will Barr 37 minutes. Monte Morris is going to benefit as well, so I do like Barr and I do like Morris as kind of like value plays if these guys are out. Everyone else, I think they're fine. It's always just gonna be Jokic soaking up a lot of usage, Murray, Porter. So for the core plays, I was gonna just play Will Barton. This is obviously assuming if Harris and Dozier are both out. And then from the Portland Milwaukee game, I would put in Rocco. Again, I discussed all the reasons about just his minutes and a lot of 3-point upside. And then the balls, you got Lonzo, LaMelo. Now Lonzo, he's in, but LaMelo, we're going to have to monitor if Terry Rozier is going to be missing this game. And then the last play will be DeJounte Murray because the minutes, even with Derek White back, they'll play alongside each other, especially when they close. So I still think it's fine. So this is going to be the core five for right now. This slate, I don't think there's like a lot of standout plays as of now. So hopefully we get more of those as the day goes on. And I'll make sure to update you guys because I know I haven't been doing a good job, but hopefully these videos have been helping. You can always ask me anything on Twitter, at me, DM me, at Boffles, link will be in the description below. Always happy to help. If I'm not, tweeting, just make sure, DM me. I'll definitely get back to you if I can, because I'm busy making my own lineups too. So hopefully you guys kill it on this slate, and once again, good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.